Let me sell my fucking skin.
Can somebody kick that guy, please?
Some good money.
Okay, so first of all, you totally acknowledge the economical part of this, which is that there is a market for sex, and there always was. There is not a market, you know, enough for people to donate their organs. People don't do that, but people do prostitution.
There's a huge market for it. Huge market.
People don't do that voluntarily, but people do prostitution. This is what I'm saying.
And people will do it voluntarily. People will do it voluntarily. I'm sure there's some, you know, there might even be some guys, lifers in prison, who if you offered to give their family or their kids $50,000, and then you would just, you know, farm their organs, take their liver, their heart, their whatever, their kidneys, you know, and you give their family 50 grand, I'm sure they'll go for it. They'll say, yeah, I'm a lifer, I'm fucked, okay? Maybe you can do something for my kids. Maybe you can do something for my wife.
I don't know what you are arguing here. Prostitution exists. It's not that you make it legal and you create a market and you create another industry. Prostitution is here.
Oh, it's always been illegal. It's always been illegal. Come on, it's always been something that's...
It wasn't always illegal. What the fuck? It was very legal. It was illegal in China for like centuries.
It was illegal for centuries.
In Japan.
So we can argue about what its status was, okay? But obviously they weren't, you know, geisha girls weren't walking the streets.
Yeah, but they were the poorest, the girls coming from poorest families who did not have an inheritance, who did not have the land, who did not have, you know, stuff like that. But whatever, you know, it's
well,
like
it's not like there isn't AIDS and herpes. Okay, it's not like there isn't a huge, you know, all kinds of other cancers that, you know, are related to some of these venereal diseases like gonorrhea and the rest of them. So yeah, no, it's not like it. Yeah, it's the same old 1965 world where we can all do the free love thing and there's no consequence. No, there's a huge consequence and a huge risk now.
My point is that you're not gonna take poverty away right now, and you're not gonna take prostitution away until you take poverty away, at least prostitution in the way you despise it. And come on, shut the fuck up when I'm talking. You can talk after it. Okay? So this street walking and the drugs and everything else that is happening now is happening because of poverty. This is why not all the women are high-end escorts. So until you solve the poverty, solve this fucking problem, solve their abuse first. You know, unless you have a solution for everybody to not be poor all of a sudden.
I have a solution. Yes, we migrate the sex industry into a regulated environment where this is about, this is a healthcare issue, okay, and not a commerce issue. And yes, so then they'll be out of business. The streetwalkers will be out of business because we'll create enough of a market for people who want to have some sort of responsible sex exchange, okay, between consenting adults in some sort of highly regulated environment, and then everything else will be super against the law. Not just against the law like it is now, but I mean really against the law, where you actually go to fucking prison.
Yeah, Gary.
Yeah,
you become a licensed prostitute. It's like you go through the same process as a stockbroker or a registered nurse or whatever. You have your license. That keeps out the desperate.
What are you going to do about the Johns, okay? No, we got to regulate both sides of it. Regulating the hookers doesn't do anything if you're going to let some guys, a bunch of guys with herpes to keep fucking hookers, okay, that is not going to fucking work. Especially when they're doing it an hour after each other. Okay. I mean, do you want to fuck a woman who 1 hour ago fucked a man with herpes? Do you want to do that?
okay. I'm talking about one side of it. It's like you want to become a legitimate call girl, you know, concubine. You have to go through the same hoops that you go through to become a stockbroker or a
well, you already said that, Chabich. You're too drunk. Get the fuck out of here. You already said that.
No,
you're just being fucking redundant. I'm gonna kick you if you're not gonna. If you're gonna be redundant, fuck you. You're talking slow as hell, and then you're redundant on top of it.
Well, talking slow actually has its advantages, sir.
Not here. Okay, so just shut up now. We listened to you. We listened to you say exactly the same thing 3 times. So now you're done. So shut up for a little while.
Actually, 2 times.
Bitch, don't push it.
But what I think one of them you actually talked over Karina saying that. But I'm not gonna nitpick with you. I'm just telling you to shut up for 5 minutes.
Very well.
Yeah, I don't want to argue this anymore. I argued this literally all night. When you came into the Block TV and there was no one there and there was only you recording, that was when I was making the trip from my house to my grandmother's house because my fucking internet failed and I had to stop it. And then I went back again and it was up until you opened the Stickam. And I'm not gonna make the same argument. I mean, I made my point, I know my position, and I'm not gonna make these fucking arguments again and again when this stupid fucking ass bitch Coffee's back is biting her nails and talks shit in the comments. I'm just not gonna deal with that. So we can change the subject because I think everybody's sick of this already.
Well, can I just say that Faluka in the PMs, he told me that he wants prostitution legalized because he's lonely.
Yeah, it's exactly my rationale too, and that's you know, but I have to be honest. I mean, I have to be, if I'm going to sit there and worry about pet, you know, dog mills and cat mills and all this other shit that goes on in this world, and then I'm going to say it's okay for me when I need to exploit somebody, well, that makes me a fucking hypocrite. I mean, I'm obviously not somebody, this is really unnatural for me to be in this position. I mean, you know, where else in my philosophy would you have any indication that Gary would say, no, we can't have legal prostitution or fully legal? And I'm really, like I said, I want it legal. I just want it done in some better way than everything else is done when they legalize something. You just can't make it legal. You got to make it legal in a context.
That's kind of what I was talking about.
And that's what I was talking about when I said to you, yes, okay, let's regulate the hookers, but we also got to regulate the Johns, unfortunately, because there's Johns who are married. And if the state's going to sit there and regulate it, it's got to take responsibility. And there's no point in the state saying, I'm going to validate this thing called a marriage contract. Okay, I'm going to get all huffy and puffy about it, and I'm not even going to let homosexuals get officially married because this is such an important fucking word. But then at the same time, I'm going to let some married guy who made a commitment to a woman go fuck hookers. I mean, that doesn't make any fucking sense.
Actually, there are open marriage contracts.
Yeah, well, fine. People have an open marriage contract, and it's not a traditional marriage, is it? It's not that politically. Turn your mic off, Chabich, you fucker. Don't be taking them headphones off.
It's not me.
Well, your mic is open. I'm sorry, your mic was open. I could see it. Well, you can keep saying that, but I could see your mic was open. But anyway, all right. Well, look. I don't like arguing with you, Karina, and you got to know that. But yeah, this whole sex subject is just—it's a little bit fucked up because this is not. You know, it is sold. It is marketing. It is so pervasive in the cultures. It's just, you know, when you look at what it really does to people, this is just not something you can just call like commerce, like making a microwave oven. This is not selling microwave ovens. Selling human beings is not the same as selling a microwave oven.
It is in America.
Actually, yes. Actually, it is.
Well, I'm saying it's not from my point of view. From where I'm looking, okay, it's not the same. And if it is the same, then we might as well.
Product.
It